I'm happy to report that as of Tuesday, 7th July 2026, a total of 808 Ugandans had been repatriated back home. And we will continue to coordinate emergency support. The next phase of the emergency airlift includes one additional flight expected today, Wednesday, 8th July 2026, at 6 p.m., expected to carry an additional 250 evacuees. Accordingly, by the end of today, we shall expect to have successfully evacuated 1,130 citizens, Ugandan citizens from South Africa. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, the phenomenon of xenophobic violence in South Africa is not new. Since early 1990s, and more visibly from 2008 onwards, the country has experienced periodic outbreaks targeting foreign nationals, often in communities grappling with severe unemployment, poverty, inequality, pressure on public services, and competition for informal trading spaces and employment opportunities. These underlying pressures, coupled with reports that several evacuees had lived in the country for many years without documentation, underscored the need for urgent, coordinated, and decisive action by the state. On behalf of the government of Uganda, I extend my deepest condolences to the families of the 3 Ugandan nationals who lost their lives. I also extend heartfelt sympathies to all affected persons and reassure Ugandans in South Africa that their safety, dignity, and welfare remain our priority.
We also need to understand many of the families in Uganda of the people who have been brought back are making several calls and wondering why they are not able to see their people. In the instance that many of the people who have been brought back, or all, if I'm not mistaken, are being taken to Kyankwanzi. May we know why these people are being kept at Kyankwanzi from the time they were repatriated, because the families are in Wonderland, what their family members are doing in Kyankwanzi. We may have to know whether all are cadres or it's a training for the NRM leadership, something, so we get to tell the public what is happening in Kyankwanzi. Out very strong on the total loss to Ugandans to be compensated. If we remember very well, when there was an issue in South Sudan, the Ugandans who lost their properties and everything was compensated by the government of Uganda. You need to come out very strong, the compensation schedule, or what is the compensation you're going to give to these people that you have brought back. Many of these people had businesses in South Africa. Bringing them back to stay at home, we need to know how we are going to manage the people who have come back because they've left their businesses there. Honorable Minister, you are also aware that most of our borrowing is from Stanbic, which is a South African bank, and MTN. And this bank, we are all aware that it repatriates over 6 trillion.
Honorable Shadow Minister, kindly please don't take that line. Please. I just want to guide, okay? Yeah, let us be first. Let us be patriotic leaders. Let us not, please. I'm the one seated here and I'm the one who has guided, okay? These are private companies. Let us not start this here on the floor. It's not good for this country. I would request you, my sister Joanna Robo, okay? Kind of continue.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the guidance. But I only wanted to find out if we intend to have any other sources of borrowing if anything goes wrong between South Africa and Uganda. Thank you for the guidance. I also want the minister to come out strongly and has the government of Uganda, particularly Kampala and Pretoria, so far been in any discussions to ensure control and restoration of security of persons and properties of the Ugandans?
Thank you. Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Affairs for raising these pertinent issues. Right Honourable Speaker, about the Kyankwanzi. Yes, because she raised...
Honourable, don't respond to people from the sides. Remain on the script.
Thank you, Right Honourable, for the protection. Because the member said that people went to Kyankwanzi and their relatives cannot access them. So this is the point I'm making. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, when the first group arrived at Entebbe, they indeed requested to have a meeting with the President. Yes, and I informed the President and he accepted. But you know, we have been bringing these people in bits. So we agreed with them that we need to have a one holding ground so that they go, but as we continue talking to them, because you see, these people have been traumatized. And now talking to them is like a therapy. And I tell you, they are very appreciative, to the extent, Right Honourable, to the extent that, Honourable colleagues, to the extent that even those that had come back on their own are now requesting to be put on the list to access Kyankwanzi. This is a very good achievement, and indeed, they are very, very happy for this arrangement.
Speaker, in line with what has happened to our dear Africans, sons and daughters, and in line with our constitution, especially Objective 28, with our international relations, and the government in power, one of the 4 principles is about Pan-Africanism. We do understand, Right Honourable Speaker, that our brothers in South Africa ought to have understood this. I want, in good measure, to thank the Honourable Minister, and especially for what the government has done on evacuations from South Africa. I have my own residents, over 50 of them already in Kyankwanzi, undergoing psychosocial support, which is okay on the side of government. But of course, equally, Mr. Minister, sir, this is not xenophobia. This is not Afrophobia. It is Negrophobia. Negro, they hate only black. You have been in South Africa, Right Honourable Speaker, in all these places. You are aware there are some illegals who are white, Arab, Indian. They are going for only and only anybody with the Rasta skin like mine. That cannot be tolerated, certainly. But we want also to say, before you, and at an appropriate time, of course, I will lay on table one of the deceased, one of those ones murdered by these vigilantes. Parliament can see, and it's not good. Even when Even when somebody has gone there illegally, there are processes, there are international protocols towards that, Mr. Speaker, you know it. And I want to request that I lay on table displayed for the press to see. Yeah. He's called Nasima Ronald, son of Fred Rwandanyi, from my constituency, actually my home area. And he's dead. I want to thank government for evacuating the body. Thank you so much, and the support to the family especially. And we must give credit where it has been done. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, say one or two things in 1 minute. One is that our government should link up with other regional bodies. Where is the AU? Where is COMESA? SADC, East African Community? They are quiet. Completely quiet. Completely quiet. This is why some of us have gone solo out there. The other very last one, we need these returnees to be psycho-managed, because most of them have been investors in South Africa. In Pretoria, we have a young man from Entebbe who has a school with over 10,000 students. I visited there, and he employs 950 South Africans. He's an investor. And you should know today that amongst those who have returned forcibly by these vigilantes, by Wanumuchom and others, I want to say some of them are investors. I want the minister to investigate. Not all of them are illegals there. No, that's not the case. That would be underscoring the whole thing. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Now,